So I recently found out some information about where exactly we're at, and this lower three-dimensional and lower fourth dimensional realm, and how it's ran by archons and some other thing that I forgot the name of, and how it's basically a prison planet, and they're just using our energy. They're trying to siphon energy from the chosen ones to, I guess, survive or get back to their planet, or I think survive. And how they can't create this energy on their own, so they're trying to siphon it from us. And it put me in a weird space. Put me in a weird space. I've heard this information before, but I try not to dwell on it, as you know, trying to focus on the good things in life and the positive things. And as I dove deeper into what I can do to just escape the system, escape whatever plans that they have for the masses to essentially drain their energy, and have them permanently connected to this system, this artificial intelligence, this uh, uh, um this net, not the inters of net, not the ethernet, but this conscious net, this grid that's going to ultimately, like the Matrix, where everybody was like plugged up and asleep and didn't know they were sleeping. And Neo unplugged himself, and he seen like it was like a beehive of people just asleep, and their energy was just being extracted from them, right? Just remove myself from that. I start ask God, like, why? What in the world? Why is something like this? Why has that been created? What in the hell? Seriously, right? So then it started to have me question, like, it started having me questioning God, like, what are you about now? And the more I dove deep, I started finding different esoteric knowledge about like God being within, and you having the same likeness as the creator, which is why they're trying to siphon the energy from you, as they don't have that likeness. They're not of the same substance, but perhaps a darker matter, but within their realms there are no polarity, it just is. So you gotta have me in like an internal conflict of speaking to a source outside myself, even though the source is located within myself. It's 111 on the clock. But also perhaps wondering, like, well, if the source is within me, am I here to make the change? Is that why I'm here? To wake up and take over and control what was once controlled, or break free from the control and help educate others to break free as well? Because what is the point? Why are we here? And then I found out about this reincarnation loop. Someone once told me, when you pass over, don't go to the light. They always tell you, oh, I see no light, I see a light. Someone told me, don't go to the light. It's a reincarnation trap. When you go to the light, your ancestors will be trying to bring you to the light. Don't go there. Don't go. There's another way, and it's not highly illuminated. But go that way so you can break free and not end up back here. So, a lot to contemplate, a lot to reflect on. I know. Sorry to drop it on you like that with no caution. But I just felt like you need to know. Perhaps you need to make your way down the rabbit hole so that you are aware of where you're actually at, what's actually going on, and why, and your part in it. So also too, it's not all lost, because there's like two agendas at play. There's an artificial agenda at play, right, to try to keep everyone enslaved in this system. But then there's a natural agenda at play that is helping to break free, break all the souls free, right? So as the climate, as the solar rays start to rise and the Schumann resonance on the planet rises, these solar rays, the heat, it messes with the technology, the same technology that is being used to try to control us, to monitor us, to force us into conforming, right? When the solar rays start rising, it messes with the technology. It also powers up our DNA and unlocks these supernatural abilities that we have, right? It also helps us to further connect to the higher realms and with our higher self so that we can have dominion on the earth. I know it's a lot going on. I know. So while they're worried about the next game and voting who's going to be the next president, this is what's really going on. Right? So, and you start to wonder, well, why are they poisoning the food and the water and the air? And why are they trying to control the narrative of the media? Why are they trying to distract people, Why are they doing all these sinister things? Why? Why are they doing these sinister things to the people? Well, the people who are doing it are not people. They're other beings, They have other names. Let's say reptilians or the archons and demigorgons and all types of different names for these things. Because if you really think about it, I know some people are kind of, some people have their past, they have their traumas, they have their darkness, their shadows, whatever. But true human nature and its divine design, we aren't designed to be doing such wickedness to one another. We aren't designed, it really takes, it takes a sick mind to sit down and concoct these different agendas and plans that have been pushed upon our collective. You have to sit back, you have to ponder, you have to reflect and say, nah, this plan, these agendas are not human made. They're not. So this video might not get no traction because of what I'm talking about, and that's fine. But I had to talk about it because the further I go down the rabbit hole, it kind of makes my heart heavy. I cannot believe that this is being done. But on the other hand, when I pray about it, I get this vision of this paradise earth and breaking free and how their time is up. And this they know, which is why they're trying to push all these different agendas. It's like things are happening so fast. There's so many things happening so fast. You have to wonder, why now? Why do they want to release all this extraterrestrial information from NASA and the government? Why now? Why do they want to release those files? Those island files, those East Island files. Why now? Why do they want to talk about all the rituals and stuff in the dark and sacrifices in Hollywood and all the edophiles? And why now? Because they want to bombard you with all this information and all this darkness because they don't want you to focus on what is actually going on. The liberation, the freedom, the awakening. Now is the time. And if you didn't know, now you know, darling. Time to go down that rabbit hole and find yourself anew. Time to awaken into all your supernatural abilities. Trust your intuition. Open your third eye. See the illusion for what it is. Check out that movie, They Live. There's plenty of movies that tell you exactly what's going on, exactly what they do. They have to. By karmic law, they have to tell you exactly what they're doing so that they don't reap the karma, the negative karma, because they're like, yo, we told you what we were doing and you signed, you agreed to it. So yeah. So darling, hope that wasn't too heavy. Just know that we're here for a reason. It was already divinely designed for you to be here and help this awakening. So you're on track. Just keep educating yourself and keep doing the inner work and the external work to free yourself in all aspects: mind, body, soul, spirit, emotional. everything. I love you. Till next time. Mwah.